A blue light tears a hole through the middle of the office room. The demonic light caresses the countless books held against the walls, tomes that have surely outlived the duties of many a demon lord. Though for all the secrets of worlds kept between their pages, you have seen enough of them. The light rips further apart, a portal from which you step out into the otherwise fairly regular room. A glass bookshelf to your left is bathed in red-hued light reflecting your figure. If the horns, the yellow iris, and the blue flames above your head did not already give it away, you are a demon. Reaching the edge of the desk, you drop your hand against the hardwood and drag it across the surface until you take a seat behind the table. Today, you begin your reign over the spawns of the Underworld as the almighty judge of the world's sinners. Today you will make a mark on the world. Another portal opens up in the middle of your office. That familiar, portly, demonic gut mouth sticks out first, eventually followed by the dark, bullish figure you know as Vendrick, the right-hand demon of every single demon lord, thus in the flesh. His shirt is so primely tucked into his pants, you wonder how long he spends checking himself out in the mirror every morning. The demon's slow gait combined with his slightly raised chin exudes confidence. If you didn't know better, you'd think he owned the place, commanding the room with his eons of experience. Despite your place as the demon lord, you can't help but acknowledge that this demon is older, wiser, and holds just as much power as you do. Congratulations, my dear lord, on your first day in office. Today you will be having an orientation. I went ahead and got your name card ready. Please check if your name is spelled correctly, my lord. All you have to do is think of your name and the ink will solidify. Please don't turn it into Sir Buttface like you did in your youth. The portly demon hands you a small rectangular piece of plastic. On the top, there's the title Demon Lord Probation. I'm just going to stick with the normal name. It's cool. The black ink glows white and solidifies upon the name card. Excellent. Now we have a lot of ground to cover. Vendrick snaps his fingers and a large file labeled Demon Lord Orientation appears between his hands. The file looks large enough to be classified as a weapon. You feel sick to your stomach by the mere sight of it. Vendrick, is this really necessary? I've basically spent half my life around here. Yes, and the other half on Earth when you should have been studying our rules and regulations. Am I going to be getting sass from you the entire time we're working together? You do know I'm the boss now, right? Forgive me, my lord. It is just that there is so much on the line, and I must ensure that, as your right-hand demon, the Underworld's affairs run smoothly. After all, your father left his greatest legacy to you, the kingdom and all of its inhabitants. Your shoulders fall from the weight of Vendrick's words. Yeah, he did do a lot for the Underworld. That's why I want to get straight to it. I've got big plans for the Underworld, you know. Get a think tank going on with the other generals, maybe pick their brains about what they think needs improving. Vendrick rubs his forehead and frowns. With all due respect, the Underworld got to where it is after years of meticulous work by your father. I'm sure all the demons are fine with how things are, so you don't need to rush in and start changing things up. Just maintaining the place is already good work. No, I disagree. The Underworld is great and all, but there's always room for an upgrade. Isn't that part of keeping the Underworld running well too? Either way, the other generals are already scheduled to meet you after orientation to give a personal presentation on their job scopes. That sounds so scuffy. Stuffy, not scuffy. It's the way things have been during your father's time. That's how we orient all new recruits. Just be glad you get the live presentation, not the pre-recorded ones. I don't want to come off as one of those snooty bosses who hides behind his desk all the time. It will be good to meet the generals in person and show that I'm reliable and approachable. Might I remind you, my lord, this is a workplace, not a social club. And let me remind you who's the one wearing the Demon Lord name tag. Vendrick raises a finger to retaliate, but pulls it back. He frowns slightly, but to you, he's always frowning. Very well. I'll inform them that you will be visiting, and that they are to explain the full extent of their work. Briefly. Yes, briefly. But please, consider the consequences of your actions, my lord, before you do them. Now, let's begin the orientation. Do you remember what forms BTK-95 is for? I want to say a torture tool damage report. No, it's a place that should be on fire is not on fire report. Let us review. You struggle to pay attention to Vendrick's lecture. More than once, you find yourself staring at the floor, thinking about the next video game you want to get on Earth. Of course, each time you're caught not paying attention, Vendrick would slap the table loudly with his tail to bring you back to the education at hand. He also goes into a long explanation about his role as chief security, how his forces patrol the Underworld to maintain order, and the various boring documents they fill out on a daily basis to do so. When Vendrick has finished his spiel in mini policy documentary, all you want to do is get out of the office and start meeting your crew. Your portal opens among Amar's, is that Amar? Yeah, Amar's workshop, just one of the many office floors that comprise the never-ending soul-crushing depths of the Underworld. Bright round orbs of light hover in the sky-high ceiling, illuminating the entire area below. The space can be likened to a hangar filled to the brim with containers and machines. Large, powerful vents stand where one would expect windows to reside. But then again, there is nothing that exceptional to see in the Underworld, at least for you. As you walk towards the demon cat standing over his workbench, you recall your youth. You visited this workspace several times while growing up. Amar would always give you the newest toy he had created, which regularly ended up with him receiving an earful from your father. When you were older, you learned that the toys were actually experimental weapons. That's hilarious. Still, you found Amar to be amusing, and now that you have a chance to know him on a professional... And now you have a chance to know him on a professional and personal level. Small, spider-shaped robots scurry around the workshop, carrying pieces of metal, wires, and other technology you do not recognize. They're working to organize materials in the many large cabinets that line the workshop walls. The cat demon has yet to notice your presence. Instead, he is hands deep inside the back of what looks like a modified fridge. As he yanks random wires from the machine, his translucent arms float above him to take notes. The sleek appearance of the magic-infused metal always catches your eye. No other demon in the Underworld possesses such a device, and only Amar knows how to work them. You tap Amar on the shoulder. Hey, what are you doing? Ah, an intruder. The spider bots all turn towards you, the unmistakable hum of their blasters charging echoes throughout the warehouse. Amar, it's me. You wave to the demon general with a laid-back smile. Oh, Lord Kobu, retract kill command. A loud ping echoes throughout the warehouse, and the spider bots return to their original task. I'm surprised to see you here today, my lord. One of his floating arms tears off the note it was writing earlier and readies itself to jot down something new. Didn't Vendrick send out a memo that I'm coming over? Did he? I've been so busy working on my invention. I haven't checked my mail. Well, I'm just visiting the generals to get to know you guys. Since it's my first day and all, I want to know what makes you guys tick, so to speak. I see. If my lord wants to know about me, I have my specs right here. Display specifications. A larger screen descends from the ceiling and turns itself on. It shows what looks like a blueprint of Amar's body. As you can see, I'm made of 90% carbon, 5% demonic energy, and 5% mystic metal. I function on a diet of lemon soda and fish sticks. That's so real. In terms of reproduction, I have a... Whoa, hold it. I didn't literally mean what you're made of. I just want to talk and pick your brain a little about your job. Would you like me to display the contents on my brain for you, my lord? I can get a machine to show you the shape of my brain in little time. A weak smile forms on your face. Okay, Amar, let's start over. What are you working on there? Ah, yes. I received a call earlier asking if my refrigerator was running, and that I should catch it if it was. So I was performing a full diagnostics to see if my fridge had gained the ability to run, and to investigate what component gave it that new ability. Amar, that was a prank call. Someone was trying to trick you. Oh, so my fridge didn't learn to run yet? His ears droop upon hearing the truth. I mean, you could make it happen if you want to. Yeah, I could make it run after the souls and trap them in a black hole that sends them back to the never-ending cycle of running and getting trapped. His floating arms act fast and jot down his ideas. You're relieved that the general bounced back so fast. Got to say, you have a lot of stuff here. Yes, I need them to fix or modify the torture machines we use. Since souls tend to become accustomed to their torturing over time, we need to change their hellish appearance every so often. Although that sounds like it'd take up a lot of resources and effort. Yes, I need oh crap. It does, which is why I came up with an idea. As you know, we already have experience projecting the memories of souls. So what if every few hours we remove the soul's most recent memories so that the soul does not remember the experience of their torture? Then we can recycle the same torture method. Exactly! So why aren't you doing it then? I ran the proposal with the research committee, but it's been stuck in the pending phase for over 100 years. I just need to test the prototype somewhere. Might be able to help. What if I grant you permission to test it with a few souls in the physical punishment zone? Really? That's all I would need to get started. Then we have a plan. I'll put it through after I'm done with my visit. I must get back and check on the device, if you'll excuse me, my lord. Amar gives you a fastidious bow and rushes off towards one of his many cabinets to find his next machine. Just the right time for you to open a portal and head over and visit Fortis. You step into a brightly lit break room. The smell of coffee and baked goods that used to be here at some point still lingers in the air. On the left of the room is a table that holds the instant mixtures, creamers, and sugars that the workers use. The table itself is stained with telltale ring marks of the many drinks that were created upon it. You are drawn to the back by the smell of pepper, the kind you have smelt so often in Fortis's home. Back then, you would train your combat skills with him on the weekends. At the end of a long day, he would make a big feast that incorporated his own blend of signature peppers for you and his giant siblings. You find the Rottweiler demon lounging on a beaten-looking sofa while squeezing a spring hand grip. Fortis! Hey, boss, get over here. Fortis, volume. Whoops, my bad there, boss. Wait, can I call you boss, or do you prefer I call you my lord? Like everyone else. Either way is fine, Fortis. You don't have to go changing for me just because I got a new job. Heck yeah, boss it is then. Now that's a title for someone with power. So, what's made you want to come have this face-to-face meeting? I figured it'd be the best way to get off on the right foot while introducing myself to you guys as the new Demon Lord. Well, look at you, being so thoughtful. So for formality's sake, what do you normally do around here? I know you run the physical torture area, but I bet there's more to it than just that. Heck yeah, there's more to it than just that. I run a team of torture demons. That means coming up with new torture techniques and planning out the work schedule so my staff can keep busy. We demons may be tough, but wear and tear happens if you keep pushing your team or yourself too hard. Besides, you can't grow muscles without rest. Makes sense. It's the second oldest general out of the lot of them. You've got any ideas for improving your work? Heck yeah. I recommend we start everyone on a protein-only diet. Come on now. Seriously. Then you've got to keep training. That's so cringe. Me? Fortis stomps his foot on the hardwood floor. You can't let a cushy CEO job turn you into a ball of flab. Fortis, volume. Fortis coughs. Right. Didn't think your underlings were loyal to you out of love alone. We're all demons, creatures born from chaos to manage chaos. The reason the demons serve the demon lord is because they know he is the strongest one there is. If you start showing weakness, someone's gonna get the bright idea they can take your place. That's why I'm doing this. If I can show them I can make the Underworld better, they'll know I'm just as capable as Pa. You will be. You've got to believe in your mind's muscle. Huh? Just believe. Okay, I believe you. Moving on, maybe you'll be interested in running an idea I've had for advertising the Underworld to the people on Earth. Like rerunning those old dream ads? Nah, those won't work. People don't take dreams that seriously anymore. I was thinking of spreading fear about the Underworld using the internet. You can do that with the internet? Well, yeah. What'd you use it for? Stuff. Does Vendrick know about this? I'll let him know later. It's one of the perks of my position. Alright then, I'll have you think up of an idea for the ad video, and I'll ask Nox about helping you out. Maybe I can do a training video, show how powerful our demons are. That ought to scare these mortals down the right path. Sounds like a good idea. Glad you like it, boss. We're all set then. Sweet. I'll catch ya later then, boss. I've got a group cardio session with the next batch of torturers before their shift ends. I thought you only torture souls. Hey, team exercise is good for morale. You might want to consider doing some too. You're getting a gut. It's a dad bod. People find it sexy. You're not a dad yet, boss. Fortis springs up and waves goodbye before opening a portal to leave. Right. All that's left is Nox. I wonder where he's gonna be. You cast open your portal and step through. My office? Why am I back here? You see your desk right across the room. Walking over, you sense something that is off about your table. It's like looking at a line and somewhere in the middle, someone drew another line on top of the first, giving your table a feeling of disconnectedness between the two, left and right side. Nox? Something shimmers and ripples like water in midair, revealing the last of your generals. Welcome back, my lord. Nox, what are you doing here? You sent word that you wanted to see us generals in person, so I thought I'd come over to save you the trip. Ah, thanks, but you didn't have to. I was actually looking forward to seeing how things were outside the office. Apologies. I will make note of that for the future. As you walk over to your desk, you notice a stack of papers that weren't there before. When you sit down, there's a sticky note attached to said paperwork. Here are the forms requiring your review and approval. I've started you easy with just 1,000 documents to read. Vendrick. P.S. My position about the Underworld as a beacon of judgment since the days of your father still stands. Ah, Vendrick. You turn your attention back to Nox. I'd say take a seat, but I see you've brought your own. Nox responds to your attempt at a joke by blinking with a blank expression, his blink unsynchronized with each eye. It's a joke. Because you're floating? Never mind. Nox floats closer to the front of your desk and puts a webbed finger on his chin. Interesting, my lord. You tried to use comedy to connect with me. Now why would you make such a choice? Yeah, I don't know. It just felt natural. On that note, what is natural for a demon? Is the nature of a demon similar to a demon lord? Oh wait, what? Is the nature of a demon similar to a demon lord? Nox, come back to me. We don't have time for all your questions today. What would you ask of me then, my lord? I want to know what you do as the general of mental torture. The demons under me rely a lot more on our magic than, say, the demons of the physical torture area. We craft mazes and traps that inflict the most amount of suffering upon the souls. As you can imagine, it is very taxing on our psyche as well. Is there anything I can do to make your jobs easier? Don't mind us, my lord. We live to serve the ruler of the Underworld until death deems it unnecessary. I see. Tell me what. Would you be open to working with Fortis on an ad for the Underworld? He might need someone to help him run the recording. If that is the Demon Lord's command, it shall be done. Right. You got any ideas for a video? How about a video with the gentle sounds of rain falling in the forest? Then we play a very subtle recording, almost like a whisper repeating the many terrible tortures we do down here. Then they'll be buried in their unconscious forever. I see why you're the general of mental torture. Alright, let's run with it. As you command, my lord, I will not fail you. Is there anything else you want to share? Well, if you're asking, why exactly am I a frog? You manage to answer some of Nox's questions with some half-baked answers until he is satisfied and returns to his post. Even before you became Demon Lord, speaking to Nox has always been a brain-scratcher. Although you don't really know if you're even making sense, the frog keeps coming back to you to ask what you think. Satisfied with the meetings you've done, you end the trip by approving Amar's machine testing. Oh shit. Still, there is a nagging sensation that you forgot something, but you are not sure what. You decide to ignore the feeling and get back to the tedious part of your work. It takes you the whole day just to make a dent in the massive pile. But progress is progress. Oh shit. Oh.